So hello and welcome friends to our channel Intro Mag, and here we discuss about basic mechanical engineering concepts. So guys, you know that we have started our new series regarding fixture designing, and we have almost covered all the topics which are related to the fixture designing, right? So we have covered what are the clamping devices, then what are the principles of location, what is Pokayoki, and all those things. Now today we will summarize all those things with the help of a book which will give you more insight about the fixture designing. So without wasting time, let's get started. So you could find this book which is Jig and Fixture Design. I will drop a link into the comment section. So let's see what are the topics in this book. We are mainly focusing on the fixture design, so we'll stick to the fixture designing. So here you could see the topic section 1. You can see the basic types and function of fixtures, right? And then what we have, second section, which is considerations of design economics. Now this is also important, like how you are designing the fixture, what will be the cost of the fixture. So this is the economic part of the fixturing, and we will also have some insight on this topic because we haven't covered this, right? This will have subtopics. Then section 3 is designing some fixtures. So we will see how actually the fixtures are designed, what considerations should be done, then how the locating devices are selected and tolerances are calculated. Then section 4 is specialized work holding topics. So we'll see some of the topics related to work holding devices, right? So let's start with section 1. Now what we have in the section 1, first one is the purpose of tool design. Then we have functions of fixtures, then supporting and locating principles, and clamping principles, right? We have covered all these topics if you see the previous session. Now let's see. So this will focus on the principles. Now let's move on to the functions of the fixtures. So objective, these are jigs and fixture. What are the classes of jigs? So we are mainly focusing on the fixture. So let's move on to the fixturing part, right? So now we have the type of fixtures. Now we have covered these things, but in this book you will get the things to the deeper, right? So you could see the locators part, then the clamp has been used. So you can read all those things because this will give you more idea, right, that how to select, then what parameters should be considered into the deep, right? Then the second, we have the supporting and locating principles. We have seen what are the positioning, the locators, what should be the tolerance. Now this is very important as far as our engineering is concerned. We have seen what are the locators, but when you actually design, when you actually want to select the locators, we have to give some kind of tolerances in manufacturing parts. So how should we give that tolerancing and all those things? So you will get all this information from this book. So this is very important. Now you can read some of the important things over here, that tolerance of hole, what are the ranges, how the tolerances should be given. So this is very important thing, like you can see maximum size, minimum size, and then design size. So how your locator should have the tolerances, so that is also very important part. Now foolproofing, we have seen the Pokayoki, what is Pokayoki and how we can achieve the Pokayoki. So you can go through all those things, and this is the degree of freedom we have covered. So you will get a lot of information in this book. You just have to read it very carefully, and a lot of things are mentioned in this book. So you can see the different types of heads, like round, bullet, plane, conical, dowel, right? So this tells that it indicates how we can locate the different parts. So this will give you more idea what are the parts and how those parts can be used, right? And then what we have the clamping and work holding principles. So let's just see what are the principles. Basic rules of clamping we have seen. What are the basic rules of clamping? uh, so you can see over here positioning the clamps, how the clamp should be positioned. You can see if you don't give the support below the clamps, it will bend. So that is what exactly it is showing, that we should support the part when we are clamping something, because it is exerting some kind of force. So this is a basic principle. And what will be the forces, what are the clamping forces, we should also think about those while designing the fixtures. How you can arrange the clamps, what will be the locations of the clamps, that affects a lot. So you should know that where to clamp the part, right? Because many times it happens that the customer have some specifications, so we have to stick to that. Now we can see the different clamps we have covered, like strap clamps. Again, you will get some detailed information in this also, like class 1 lever, class 2 second class lever action, third class lever action. So how we can get different forces and different mechanisms into that. Then we have the strap clamps with the eye bolt adjusting things and all those things, right? So different bolts and how the holding force we get. So we have seen these things. We have the screw clamp and swing clamps, right? So you will get more detailed information in this book. So this is very important book, and I will drop a link of this book into the comment section. Do check out this thing. Then we have the power clamping, how we can do the power clamping, right? Then the chucks and vices. So these things are mentioned in this book. And basic construction principle, that how you should construct the fixturing, what parameters you should consider, like cast tool bodies. Then welded, we have tool bodies, built up tool bodies. So which part should be casted, which part should be welded. So that is also important, because it adds cost into your fixturing. And when you manufacture the fixture, that all things will matter a lot. So we should know about these things, that which type of part should be selected. If we select more and more standard parts, then it is a very good design. Then we will focus on the second thing, that is the economics. So this is the design economics, that how your fixture should be, like the simplicity, then the preform materials, which materials you are using, the standard compounds. So you should always try to select some standard components. You should know that when you are giving some, say, slot, then how it can be manufactured, right? So that is also important. Then the tolerances, and they have given some economic analysis, that how it will matter. Then tolerances are very important. If you give more tight tolerances, then the manufacturing cost will increase. Then the drawing should be simplified, so that manufacturing people can easily understand those drawings, right? So this is just a simple example through which they have tried to elaborate that how the different costs matter. So you can go through that, what are the labor cost, what are the manufacturing cost, all those things they have listed out, and they have show uh, they have tried to show that how this cost will matter. Now this is the total cost, like $38.80 you could see. So this is the total cost, and they have calculated the cost per part. So all these economics things will matter when you are manufacturing some parts on a bigger scale. And you should know when you will get some break-even point. So this is kind of some economics and the basics. And if you know these things, that will definitely add up to your fixture designing, right? So they have given some comparison. And then we have the developing the initial design. So how you should start. So they have some guidelines and all those things. So what are the objectives? You can describe how the designs for fixtures are planned. So the human factors involved in tool design, and what are the safety factors related to tool design, right? So they are given all those things, like type of machining operation, which machining operation should be selected, then the degree of accuracy is required. Sometimes it happens that the accuracy mentioned on the drawing is not required functionally, so you should be careful. You should know what is the function of the part, and according to that you should give the tolerances, right? And the locating and clamping surfaces, those are very important. Sometimes the manufacturer give on the drawing that which surfaces should be considered for locating, because those are the controlled surfaces, so you must read the drawing carefully. Then the safety related things they have given, you can just go through that. Some standard charts are given. Then how, so this is all about the initial design, right? And then we have section 3, the designing of the fixtures. So let's see some of the examples of the, say, fixtures, how they have been designed, the plate fixtures they have given. So what is the objective of this topic, you can read it. Then why sell fixtures, how the design should be done, locating the part. And they have elaborated this with the help of an example, so that you can understand that what are the tolerances and how the locations have been decided, that the part should not be over concerned. Now on the right side you could see there is a nest locator and a pin locator. So you can see the three examples they have given, like only one locator is needed, the other is redundant, so we don't require this, right? Then what is the second, only two are needed, the third is redundant. If you use three, those are not required. And then the third one is correct, secondary locator and a pin locator. So we have a pin locator and a secondary locator. So depending on your part you should give the location. Sometimes it happens that you give lot of locators, so those are not even required, right? So this is the primary locator and the secondary locator. Then how should we consider the diamond pin, right? And what should be its location. Then the different clamps they have explained. So all these things matter a lot, because everything adds to the costing, or if you take more parts then it will add to the complexity of the fixture. Then some other examples like the jaw, the vice fixtures they have given over here, how they should be, right? Then the fourth one is specialized, the power work holding. In the recent topics we have covered this with the help of swing clamps. Then we have pneumatic clamps, hydraulic clamps. So this is all power work holding. When you require a lot of forces, then you can go for power holding, or when there is a specific clamping requirement you can go for swing clamps. So this is all about your requirement, that where you are using the fixture, right? So air assisted hydraulic work holding system, that is hydropneumatic system, which components are there, which parts you should consider while designing the fixture, because all these things will add up, right? So you should know about this. In the basic operation they have given some power work holding system, right? The clamping, positioning and supporting, right? Then what are the benefits of power work holding? So there are some advantages of power holding, right? And this is something they have given about the specialized work holding topics. Like then we have a modular work holding, how we can like combine different types of clampings together so that we can have a modular work holding. Sometimes it happens that we have to use different kind of clamps and locators all together, right? Then some welding inspection tooling, low cost fixtures, like how you can reduce the costing of the fixtures by using more and more standard parts, right? Because those are readily available and easily replaceable, you don't have to manufacture those parts, right? And then some setup and setup for reduction for work holding, like how you can reduce the setup cost, all those things are mentioned. So this is something more about the economic part of the fixturing. Then the tool materials, what are the different materials, what are their hardness, and how you should select the different materials, right? So because they will definitely affect your part, and you should know which material should be used for which part, because sometimes if say the part is soft, you cannot use some hard material because it will have some impressions on the part. So this is how you should consider the different parts also. So this is all about the fixture designing, some more detailed insight about the fixturing, and I hope you like this video, and I will definitely drop this PDF link into the comment section. Do check out this book, and that's it for today's session. So that's it guys, and I hope you like the video, and if you have any doubts, please do write into the comment section and we can discuss over there. Until then, keep intro making. Thank you.